Yo, what's good? This is Casey for L King Self for Life Wrestling Takes, and you're now watching Casey for L Wrestling Takes Show. What's good, everybody? Yep, it's Thursday morning, but your man had to come on here. Ladies and gentlemen, what we witness on Dynamite television is what Tony Khan can do week in and week out. I say this over and over again. No matter what others say about TK or AEW television, whatever, if the man wants to give you a great episode, he can do so. I say you do not need to always open up with a freaking match. What fans want in wrestling is good TV, long-term storytelling, long-term booking. You want to get the fans invested. Just putting on a good wrestling match does not get people invested. It makes people want to turn the TV off. It makes people say, you know what, this clown can't book worth for nothing. What is the point of AEW even being the thing? Last night's episode, ladies and gentlemen, I think was one of the best episodes Tony Khan put on in a good minute. And I'm legit saying that. Y'all know me, I come on here and I'll be looking to see what it is that the man needs improvement on every week. Because you know me, I'm a fan of AEW. But I always want them to continue to grow. If there are things that they're doing wrong, I will call them out on it. I want this company to be around for a long time. But it's going to take the clown that's running the show and the people that work there to continue to do what they did last night. Long-term storytelling is what gets people invested in AEW television. If you can't tell a good story, if you're not booking the show to the standards that they should be in, we're in year 4. What's the point of you even being on TV? I don't care that you trying to get a new wrestling show on TV. I don't care you doing a reality show. I don't care nothing about that. The name of the game is getting cats to give a crap about what the heck you're putting on TV. And ladies and gentlemen, Dynamite was a smash through and through. From the very open to the very close. I say, Tony Khan, can we get Rampage to be like that? Can we get every week to be like this? Can we be invested week in, week out? That is all we ask. I'm serious. Some of the hardcore wrestling fans that take a dump on your product week in, week out would actually give you props if you continue to do what you did last night. I don't give a care how bad cats be hating on Tony Khan or whatever. Production, long-term storytelling, good booking, investment is what keeps people. I can't wait till next week. And what they decided to do on last night's episode, listen, I kind of wish I was there live to see it. This was by listen, ladies and gentlemen, your man is excited for Double or Nothing, and we're 2 months away. We're 2 months away from Double or Nothing, because Double or Nothing is at the end of May. So that means Tony Khan, he has 2 months to get people truly invested in Double or Nothing. 2 months. No excuse. None whatsoever. None. Now, before I begin on talking about the results of Dynamite, I want to personally say this right now. This is no knock against the WWE hardcore fans who are truly invested in whatever WWE is trying to tell with this WrestleMania card coming up. I don't even watch NXT, ladies and gentlemen, and Stand and Deliver look like it's going to be way more important than WrestleMania. I watched NXT last night, and I walked away saying, you know what? I'm going to actually check out Stand and Deliver. I was probably going to watch maybe one match. I was going to probably skip it just to wait because WrestleMania is the same exact day as Stand and Deliver. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually interested in checking out Stand and Deliver based on what I seen last night. And listen, why the heck is your developmental show being booked better than what's going on WrestleMania? That's sad, man. And listen, Michael, I love Michaels. Michael's one of the greatest in the build. He's one of the best in the game, right? But even Michaels ain't the best booker. But at least I got to give him props. He's making Stand and Deliver feel like it's a way more important show than whatever WrestleMania is trying to be. That's all I'm going to say about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and break down this. I thought, personally for me, I thought this was by far one of the best episodes from top to bottom. Hour 1 flew by. Hour 2 flew by. And I legit tried to sit here and try to see was anything that I didn't like about the show. And I walked away very pleased with everything I saw. And I was like, well, Tony Khan actually got cats to care about Rampage because he tied certain things from Dynamite. And I'm like, that's all we ask. That's it. We don't want 50 million wrestling matches and thinking that's going to hook us. And it's not going to hook us, man. It's not going to hook us. What hooks us is great storytelling. Let's open up this show, ladies and gentlemen. So yesterday was Mr. MJF's birthday. So he decided to have a bar mitzvah. Now, for the people who not sure what a bar mitzvah is, for people that are Jewish, when you become, I think it's the age of 13, they have it's a birthday party. And in their religion, they have this big party for you. So you becoming a man. And what the father does and all the other people, what they do is they read a bunch of scriptures off to you. And they have this big celebration and you get blessed with a whole lot of money and they bless him all this stuff, right? Well, this dude, MJF, you know he crazy as a Betsy bug. So you know he gonna do all this crazy stuff. Now, as y'all know, MJF got jumped. Yes, I said it. He got jumped by Bryan. Even though Bryan lost the match, Bryan left a couple of marks because the man's face was toe up from the floor up. That's why he came out there wearing them doggone sunglasses. Now, Canada, again, ladies and gentlemen, Canada is a hot wrestling spot. Winnipeg was crazy hot. That crowd was hot from the start to the very end. Kudos to Canada. Canada keeps on doing their thing. They do their thing when the WWE go over there. They do their thing when AEW comes over there. Canada is a hardcore wrestling spot. You can throw them up there with Texas. You can throw them up there with our city. You can throw them up there with Cali. You can throw them up there with New York. You can throw them up there with Philly. I'm serious. We are, listen, those are your major wrestling cities right there. And Winnipeg was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, I say you all the time, you want a good wrestling show, pay attention to how the crowd is. If a crowd is dead, you know your show is terrible. You know it. If your crowd is loud and making crazy noise, you got yourself a great show on your hands. Well, as usual, MJF come out there spewing his mouth. He was walked out by the ladies holding him. And so he's talking about it's time, celebrate. Let's have a celebration. Come on out here. He started running his mouth, talking about Triple B. He said, I sent Brian packing. Now he at home crying, can't wrestle no more. I told y'all, I'm the best champion in the world. Nobody's taking the championship off of me. So let's go ahead and let's have a rebar mitzvah right now. So you see the Jewish folk come running down there with them doggone chairs. They start playing the Jewish music. You get in the ring. They start doing a ring around the ring. They put them in the chair. They lift them up. So everything seemed to be, and they had all the ribbons fall down too before the show. So all the ribbons fell down. So, so and obviously, Canada booing them. Now, some of them was actually cheering it on. They was cheering, MJF on, but most of them was booing the mess out the man. So MJF doing his little cartoon comedy act as he always does, right? Trying to have his little bar mitzvah. Next thing you know, you hear Tarzan Boy by Listen, ladies and gentlemen. I tell y'all all the time. When I'm not here, I'm doing my rideshare business. I have my playlist that I play. My playlist is nothing but 80s, 90s, 2000s, 10s, and maybe somewhat of today's, but it got to be something that's catchy. But for the most part, I'm old school to the bone. I got it all. You name it. And you best believe Tarzan Boy is on there. I play that. I hear this song there every day when I'm out there driving. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, when that song hit, MJF had that look on his face like, what the heck is this fool doing coming out? Listen, Canada, Winnipeg went nuts. They went completely insane. They went crazy. I said, uh-oh. Jungle Boy then made up his mind because if you remember on Rampage, he had a promo talking about what he was planning on doing. And he said, I'm going after a singles title. And he said, everybody look out the way because I'm going for some gold. Well, he came out. He came out there to confront MJF in his rebar mitzvah. MJF had that look on his face like, what is this clown doing out here? And I loved it. I said, this is perfect. I said, we get to where I said, Tony Khan, do this weekly. Do not open up with a match no more. Every week, start with story because that's how you get people freaking invested. Comes out. Jungle Boy is finna start talking. As soon as he opens his mouth, Sammy Guevara's music, I said, I said, this about to get crazy. I said, we going somewhere. Sammy coming there. MJF is like, oh no, not this clown. I thought I'd finish this clown off when I was dealing with the Inner Circle. What is he doing out here? He comes in the ring and he's finna start talking. The moment he opens his mouth, Darby Allin's music goes off. And I said, ladies and gentlemen, the tease is happening. I heard word about the potential main event going into Double or Nothing, being the 4 pillars going up for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. I said, Tony Khan, kudos to what you're doing. What are you doing? It's long-term storytelling. Let's get people invested. 2 months. Let's start the story. Let's start it. And a lot of people could say this story goes way back. These 4 cats started in the beginning, and now look where they are. Man, listen. The promos between all 4 of these cats, every single one of them spoke nothing but realization. They all came from the heart. And ladies and gentlemen, when you get an opportunity to improve on your promos, because we all know Darby wasn't that good. We know Jungle Boy wasn't really that good. Sammy was somewhat, but he wasn't. The best one obviously was MJF at that time. But as you can see, the progression, they're getting used to being in front of the crowd. I said, if you plan on being one of the pillars, you got to be able to talk. That is the number one thing in wrestling outside of being able to put on good matches. You got to be able to talk. If you want to get over, you got to be able to talk. Why should we give a rat's behind about you? You gonna have to make up your mind. If I want to be a pro wrestler, I got to be able to talk. I can't just sit up here and I got to have some kind of charisma. I can't be boring. I can't be bland. I can't do none of this. Everybody got their words off. Everybody said what they had to say, and MJF was standing over there looking silly. Darby talking about clowns complaining online, talking about they don't want to be here no more. Tony Khan doesn't have to worry about there being a bidding war for him because he ain't going nowhere. He could be as real, as authentic as him. Sammy said he was working at different restaurants and all of this stuff, but he's here to win some gold. Jungle Boy talking about where he came from and all of it. I mean, listen, MJF trying to go back and forth. I'm like, look, ladies and gentlemen, Tony, this is what fans be complaining about. I don't even have to name cats. Listen, I'm telling you, my circle, the cats who I listen to, how many times I hear them constantly say Tony Khan don't know what he's doing. And the reason they say that is because they want the man to do well. I know they do. But this is what cats, we've been crying about this for a long. I've been talking about this. I tell you every day, don't open up with no freaking match. Get us invested. Ladies and gentlemen, all what they said. And listen, you knew the cake was out there. The cake was going to get destroyed. Cake and wrestling does not always end well, ladies and gentlemen. So after all of them said they little piece, I'm not finna go over everything they said. You can go back and watch it. After they all said what they said, MJF called himself trying to check all three of them, ran and got in the Jungle Boy's face, walked off. Jungle Boy took that same mic and jacked him across the head. So then the next thing you know, Sammy then hit Jungle Boy, and then here come Darby hitting him. Then so MJF called himself trying to get back, and then he get knocked out and we go flying into the cake. Ladies and gentlemen, the start to Double or Nothing's main event just begun. I'm telling you right now, Tony Khan, you got 2 months to continue to hype up everything you plan on doing. And Tony, listen to me. The maximum matches I will accept at Double or Nothing is 10. That's the highest I'm going. Do not put 12 matches on there. You better not put 13 matches on there. Only put matches that have story, important stories. The reason why Revolution was such a success, even though the build-up was garbage as heck, is because it had the less matches, and the matches that quote unquote had the important stories was on there. Now, unfortunately, like I said, the build-up was garbage as heck, but the pay-per-view still turned out to be a success. Tony Khan, you got 2 months. Even with you getting ready to try to get ready for Forbidden Door, you got 2 months to get people invested. 2 months. No excuses. We are rooting for you. Right there told me he can do it. There is no excuse. No excuse. You listen, man. Do you want cats like my main ace, King Mike, to come on here and destroy you week in, week out, spitting nothing but fact? And listen, a lot of times I think he be going harsh, but I agree with half the stuff with how he says it because he know you can go hard. He know you can. But you be sitting up here just doing bull job booking. Cats is like, no. And he said it. I agree. Tony Khan, he do look like he a goofy. He look extremely silly. He is. But I like the cat. And I understand the young man. He's a wrestler. He's a wrestling fan like we are. It's just the storytelling that we want to be invested. We want to be freaking invested. And I'm telling you right now, ain't no matches even built up. And I'm already excited for Forbidden Door. I mean, for Double or Nothing. Tony, do work. No freaking excuses. Best opening segment I've seen in a long time. And I say, Tony, this is what we need moving forward. Listen, if he go back next week and open up with a garbage match, I'm going to go to his page deliberately and tell him what the heck is wrong with you. How the heck you go from giving us a great episode last week to going back to being on bull jive again? We're not accepting it. I'm telling you. I'm here to give you praise because you did a great job last night. But we're not accepting bull jive. We're just not going to do it. We're not. I'm not accepting. Yesterday's episode is proof. If he wanted to get you invested, he can get you invested. So, like I said, excellent Oprah. Excellent. And then when we got the story, you go from the story promo into the match. That's how you do it. That's exactly what we got. So after they did their segment, they did what they had to do. I believe the next match was, yes, it was a trios match. It was Hangman and Dark Order, which is Evil Uno, and a return to Stu Grayson, who was officially re-signed with AEW, which is great because he was well missed. Him and Evil Uno are a great tag team. So Adam Page, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson versus the the Blood Combat Clowns. That's what I call them. And you know what? I got to give them props. They did bleed 2 weeks in a row. Let me give them a hand clap. Hold on. You don't have to bleed every week, Moxie. You don't have to bleed every week, Yuta. You don't have to bleed every week, Claudio. You do not have to bleed every freaking week. Great matchup. This is a great trios match. I just wanted Hangman in the win because I've been wanting Evil Uno and Stu Grayson to get their just due. I'm tired of them being on the show just to lose all the time. Now, I understand their story being developed. I get it. I understand they got beef and they want the heels to go over. So, boom. Tony Khan, fine. I'm cool with that. But like I said, it's all about the story. Everything that happens on these shows moving forward must have story. If you come on here doing bull jive, hey, everybody that get on your case, now, outside of people that be hating, I'm not even talking about the haters. I'm just talking about those that critique you and know that you could do a better job. Take the gloves off. Take the freaking gloves off. Hey, listen, man, this is a great trios match. Like I said, I would have had Stu Grayson and Evil Uno win, but obviously the heels had to go over. And first of all, I didn't even see Willie Uta go get the doggone timing bill. He went and got the timing bill, laid out Hangman. Like I said, Stu and Evil, they tried their best, but they got jumped at the end. So after the match, that's when you seen Johnny Hungy and Alex Runo trying to come out there and save the day and all this stuff. Listen, it's going to be something that's about to transpire, especially at the end. When I get there, I'm going to talk about it, but this ain't nowhere near over right now. So they get another one up. They walk out. They leave. Fans are booing. Fans are mad, all this stuff. So, hey, like I said, decent trios match. I said, ladies and gentlemen, this is what you do. Start with the story, give us the promo, and then you move into the match. Simple booking. Simple booking. It's not that hard. It ain't. So, soon after we got through with that situation, Juice WRLD explains himself why he attacked Ricky. Now, a lot of people are not in favor of this whole situation. They not, because they really trying to figure out, like, how would you go from Jericho to Juice Robinson for Ricky? That's what a lot of people was like, I don't know, like, what's going on with that, you know? Well, as irrelevant as the Bullet Club is, we're not sure exactly who's going to play a role into showing up. And so Juice Robinson, he said what he had to say. He said why he did it, and he understand that he know that Ricky Stark's neck was surgically repaired. He know that's why he did what he had to do. He said, if you really got the guts to really get back at me, feel free to do so. But I'm here to stay. That's basically what he said. You know, hey, he explained himself. Cool. I ain't got a problem with that. So they hyped up Jade Cargill's opening challenge. Fine with that. Then they showed a recap of what happened during MJF's rebar mitzvah. Let you know that the 4 pillars are about to tear it up at Double or Nothing. It's going to happen. So, get to Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill goes against Canada's own Nicole Matthews, another squash match, but I didn't have a problem with it because of what took place afterwards. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, once Jade loses this championship, Jade go to Japan, get better, and come back revamped. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be over when she gets this thing down pat. I'm rooting so hard for this woman. I'm rooting hard for her. But I feel like I'm going to love this build-up that they get ready to do because of who it is that came out afterwards. So after Jade did what she did, she hopped on the mic. She said, hey, oh yeah, that's right. Renee got up in the ring and Jade looked like she was finna beat the brakes off of Renee. I'm like, man, I'm like, Jade, come on. Jade on bull job, right? You know Renee can't wrestle. So she looked like she was finna, beat the brakes off her there. So then the music started going off. And before then, Jay was talking about some list. I've been basically beating the brakes off of everybody. Like, who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop this reign? Nobody gonna stop. I'm like, listen, the girl oozes with charisma. Jade is who she is. She is that woman, ladies and gentlemen. She oozes with it. It's the in-ring work that we are all waiting on, every single one of us. But she has it, ladies and gentlemen. Jade Cargill is it. Don't tell me she ain't, because the woman has it. Every time you look at that girl, I said, man, first of all, one fine, beautiful black woman. She is beautiful. Fine in that thing, man. I say, look, every time I see that girl, I'm like, whoo, my goodness. She's rambling off, talking junk, getting into it with Renee. The music hit, and who comes through? Taya Valkyrie is officially All Elite. She gets in there. She gets in Jade's face, and then Jade just dip out, and then Leslie Gray tried to do something. She does Jade's finisher on her to basically give her a message. I'm coming for that TBS title. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever Tony Khan books it, whenever he does it, we all know what's going to happen. Taya Valkyrie will become your next TBS champion. I can't wait. I'm ready for it. Tony, build this up right. Build it up right. I'm not sure exactly when it's going to happen. Just build it up right. That's all we ask. That's it. I like the presentation. I thought her coming through. Now, when it comes to the music, I think Mike might have to go back to the drawing board on that, but maybe we'll get used to it. But outside of that, I thought the presentation and everything was perfect. Jay said what she had to say. She bullied Renee. Taya Valkyrie came in there, handled the business, scared off Leslie Gray, and said, I'm here to stay. She signed the contract. She is officially All Elite Wrestling. Kudos to Taya Valkyrie, a.k.a. Miss Johnny Morrison. Great. Awesome. Thought it was great. So, now, everybody been wondering, how the heck was this QT TV going? Yeah, how was QT TV going to come across on TV? Because a lot of people thought it was going to be some kind of stupid stuff like how the Miz is, with how he has Miz TV and all that stuff. These fools done ripped off TMZ. I said, you know what, man? And ladies and gentlemen, it turned out that Wardlow's title and the car getting robbed or beat down, whatever you want to call it, it was a work. It was all a work. So QT sitting in there with Hobbs. I don't even know who the white girl was. I don't know who that was. I saw Han Solo sitting over there. I'm like, and I'm telling you, I don't even watch TMZ, but some of the clips I was seeing on YouTube, it reminded me so much of TMZ. I said, this is too. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, people have been crying, especially in our community. We've been crying. Hey, Tony, when are you going to quote unquote book us like we matter? People have been wondering, will there potentially be somebody black to win the main title? Ladies and gentlemen, I think this pairing with QT is perfect. Will Hobbs doesn't really have to say as much. He says his lines that he has to say. I personally believe this is all about elevation, ladies and gentlemen. This title run could be legendary if Tony Khan actually does something right with it. I personally believe this could be great. So they show what happened. It was Aaron Solo. I call him Han Solo. Aaron Solo was the one who basically stole the stuff, who stole the TNT title. And they was pretty much calling him a wannabe Batista and talk about his title reign and the fact that MJF was the only reason why he got old. I mean, they was just roasting the mess out the man, just grinding and roasting them. I said, listen, if they doing this weekly, I'm on board with it. Because, listen, just make yourself as devious as you can. That's the whole point. And soon after they did the segment, Will Hobbs said what he had to say. Talk about welcome to Will's world, B. Ladies and gentlemen, I am looking forward to this run. I'm looking forward to Will Hobbs potentially 2024, 2025 being our first. I'm looking forward to it to win the main title. But this is just like, this is like Tony Khan testing the waters. He's testing the waters. You want to see how this QT Will Hobbs pairing is going to work. That's what it's all about. Elevation, getting people to be invested. How do we go from 1A to point B? You know what I'm saying? You know what? Hey, cool. And so obviously right there, they also said that he's going to put the title on the line on Rampage. Ladies and gentlemen, tie Dynamite and Rampage together. That's all we ask. We want Rampage to matter. One, Rampage must be live. It must. If you want Rampage to matter, This is what you do. You tie Dynamite to Rampage. And they said it. He's at an open challenge. And matter of fact, the open challenger actually responded on the show, which really got me like, okay, I got to watch Rampage. So we get to the AEW International Championship. So it's the same belt, but it's just got that title on it now. So Jeff Jarrett and the crew came out there. You got Jay Lethal in his arm in a sling, acting like he hurt. Satnam Singh and Sanjay Dutt over there looking goofy as possible. So Jeff Jarrett running his mouth, talk about he finna do work, he finna win the championship, all this crazy stuff. So then OC come out there, he take the old title out, put the new title in his bag, and he goes out there. Fans going nuts, fans going completely crazy. I mean, Winnipeg is just hot. Ladies and gentlemen, I know my main man, Mr. Jeff, aka OTR Essential, can't stand this clown, but he can't stand him. He calls him a mid-card Memphis piece of crap. But ladies and gentlemen, I didn't have a problem with this match at all. I'm glad the right man went over, because ain't nowhere in the world that I want Jeff Jarrett to win. And boy, did they cheat. They cheated so hard. I mean, the fact that Bryce got knocked out and Arby hit. Listen, let me talk about Arby. So there's a lot of people who really don't like Arby. They say she does too much. Does she go overboard? Yes, I get it. She's trying to infiltrate herself. She's trying to come up with a character in wrestling, because obviously, you know, referees make a match. It's whatever the referee is doing, the referee plays their part perfect. That's why I think out of all the refs, I think Bryce is the best one. Even though he always find a way to get knocked out, I think when it comes to the referees, I think Bryce is number one. Then I think you put Arby as number two. Then now 3, 4, and 5, it's a toss up, because Rick Knox is Rick Knox. My main man Stephen, my black ref, he gonna do goofy stuff. And then Paul, who always act like he don't even know what's going on. So those are your 5 main referees on AEW. I think it's 6 of them altogether, but those are your main 5. I forgot the other guy's name, but I think when it comes to AEW referees, I think the best ref is Bryce. Bryce is the number one for me. He's the number one. Then it's Aubrey. Aubrey actually is supposed to be the leader of the boys. She's supposed to be the head. But like I said, Aubrey tries to do so many things or whatever. So anyway, during the match, Bryce got knocked out, right? So this was a way for Jeff Jarrett to come out the woodwork and hit OC in the head with the golden glove, right? So they got the guitar in there. And that's when Aubrey came running out. She got the guitar, pulled that thing out. She going back and forth with Jeff Jarrett. Like I said, that's when Jay Lethal came in out of nowhere, laid that man out, and they thought that was going to be the end of the match. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Like I said, all kind of crazy shenanigans going on in this. Winnipeg was going crazy. But thanks to the help of Trent. Now, ladies and gentlemen, pay close attention to detail. Remember, Trent really ain't been seeing eye to eye with OC. Neither has Chucky. But he still came out there and he saved his bacon, because Jeff Jarrett was legit finna win that thing. OC got his bacon saved because of Trent Beretta. Trent Beretta came out there, saved the day, and OC managed to get out. He won. He retains his championship. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's start the build-up of somebody potentially taking that thing off. Do you have it be Trent Beretta? Does Trent turn heel? Or do we have my main man, Konosuke Takeshita? I'm not sure. I'm absolutely not sure. I'm puzzled right now in this situation. I'm puzzled. But Tony Khan, you got work to do, young man. You got some work to do. The Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal stuff, let them go their separate ways. It's over. The beef is done. He's beating everybody. Let's move the heck on. We got the match out of the way. I thought the match was pretty good. But let's move the heck on. Let's go. So, we got a video package promo for the main event from the House of Black, talking about why they are coming and they gonna leave with them titles. I mean, listen, they should have had them championships a long time ago. But you know what? I'm gonna love this reign, and so far, what they've been doing is nothing but stellar. I thought it was great. Then we get a music video from the listen, y'all. This is when they be in their element. I know Max tried to do them live raps in front of the crowd. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they be missed. But when they do the music videos, man, listen, the music videos just always be off the chain. That's when they be in their element. When they do them crazy music videos. So After the music video, that's when what you call it now? Oh, was it later on? I think it was later on. Was it later on? Yeah, it was later on. So about 2.0. So after them, listen, Sherelle, Ruby, and Tony, man, they look good coming out there, boy. I said, look, and they look. I felt like they felt more serious. I know they still got the garbage. I don't care nothing about that. I think that's the worst thing about this stable right now is the doggone spray paint crap. But the girls said what they said. They all spoke. They all said what they had to say. Ruby came out there, said that we wear green. They said first when AEW came through, it was supposed to be where the grass was straight greener. But we come out here and took a couple of dogs and beat the bricks off some, call them female dogs. Like I said, I don't call women out that name. Other people do. If that's how y'all think that y'all have to sound edgy, you do you. But I got the utmost respect for women out here. I don't call them out that name. So they pretty much said they hear this is their house and they taking over and ain't nobody gonna stop them. All of them. Saraya said what she had to say. Tony got on here. She's talked about how when I was the champion, the interim champion, all of you clowns basically were happy that the current champion cheated to win. And listen, none of the ladies spoke lies. They all said what they had to say, and I thought it was spot on. Perfectly. They all said what they had to say. Perfect. So then as they rambling, going in, here come Jamie, here come Britt, coming out there trying to, because they had enough. I said, we tired of hearing these girls running their mouth, talking this, sob story, crying, all this stuff. They came out there, and it was just the two of them. And I said, well, who's going to help them out? Who's going to be the one to help them? Because as of right now, it's 3-on-2. So they came out there, and they got jumped. Britt and Jamie got beat down. Next thing you know, Sky Blue, Rio, and Willow Nightingale came out there to save the day. So as of right now, and then after they saved the day, Britt and Jamie kind of looked at them but walked off. So, ladies and gentlemen, as of right now, that's the 5 for the AEW Originals. But I still think Thunder Rosa is going to join. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's if Thunder joins them, that's your 6 right there. It's Britt, Jamie, Thunder Rosa, Sky Blue, Rio, Willow Nightingale. Well, as of right now, it's only 3 ex-WWE girls. Ruby, Saraya, Tony. So now I'm assuming that Athena's going to join them. Pardon me for that. Hold on. I'll still be tripping. You just be tripping like that. You gotta have all this crazy security on computers because people be trying to hack your stuff. So pay no attention to that situation. So you got those 3. So if Athena joins, that's 4. So ladies and gentlemen, who is going to join those 4? I don't know. We don't know right now. So this is the slow burn that they're trying to get us. Again, we're going to Blood and Guts. Whenever Blood and Guts happens, I'm not sure, but that's where the story is going. So it's a slow burn, but I didn't have a problem with it. But I did like the fact that after the girls did come out there to save them, Jamie and Britt looked back and walked off as if they really didn't want anything to do with the 3 of them. They didn't want nothing to do with Rio. They didn't want nothing to do with Sky Blue, and they didn't want nothing to do with Willow Nightingale. So in other words, more than likely, that's going to be the squad moving forward. But they don't. It's still like Jamie and Britt are just a single 2 right now. It's the single 2 versus the 3 of them. But here's your backup, but you don't want nothing to do with the backup because you still feel like the backup is less likely. They beneath you, even though you know that this backup is going to have to help you take down the ex-WWE girls, or as they call themselves, the Outcasts. Hey, listen, I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. So here now, 2.0. They cut their promo. They say they thought the video was great. They deserve a Tony and all this stuff or whatever. But let's get back to business. You guys claim that you're trying to rise back up to the doggone top of the tag team division where you're going to have to go through us. So in the meantime, we're got to deal with some clowns over on Rampage, and then we'll move forward after that. So listen, if you want to treat 2.0 as a serious threat in the tag team division, they got to start getting some wins. So obviously they show who they're going to be going against on Rampage. More than likely it's going to be a squash match. Beat the brakes off those clowns and they elevate themselves. So obviously you know where we're going. They are going after the Acclaim. That is who they want. In other words, if 2.0 want to be taken serious moving forward in the tag team, in the AEW tag team division, they must stop the Acclaim. So their road to stopping the Acclaim, let's go beat the brakes off of these jobbers on Rampage. Perfect. So then, Ray Phoenix, Alex Abrahantes cut a promo about wanting opportunities, about how, Ray didn't have anything, but he became the man. He grew up, he got bigger, got championships, and now Will Hobbs has an open challenge. I would gladly take that offer and become the next TNT champion. Abraham Hunter said what he had to say right after. I said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to see that match. Ray Phoenix versus Will Hobbs. Sign me the heck up. Sign me up. Tony Khan, getting people to give a rat's behind about Rampage. That's all we ask. Next, get Rampage to be live. Get it to be live. That's it. On to the main event. Trios triple threat. House of Black versus the JAS versus the Elite. And ladies and gentlemen, Winnipeg went nuts. They went crazy. They went crazy for the Elite. They booed the mess out of House of Black as well because they was the visitors. And they went nuts singing the JAS song because they love Jericho. So Jericho, Kenny, that's their house. Don the Clown, a.k.a. Don Callis, was on commentary, as rightfully so. Listen, as much as a cluster heck this match was, I thought this was a great match. I thought everybody did what they had to do. They constantly made you think House of Black had no shot because they was in enemy territory. Fans did not want them to win. Fans were cheering for either the JAS or they were cheering for Kenny and them. And you know you're going to get your spots like crazy. We all know that. But that's why you watch. That's why these clowns do what they do. Because they know cats like this type of stuff. Cats get kicked in the face, getting body slammed all over the place. V-Triggers here. Snapdragons here. Cold breakers. Listen, cats doing everything. Listen, the crowd was so invested in this, and anybody could have won this. Anybody. But at the end, the right team retained. The right team went over. Oh, and during this match, they showcased the BCC beating the brakes off of the Dark Order with Hangman. So it's storytelling. It's Tony Khan trying to multitask, trying to keep like, wait a minute. So we got a development situation going on outside doing the matches going on. I say, Tony Khan, you're learning. You're learning, man. You're freaking learning. That's it. Keep it up. Do not go backwards. Do not go backwards. All the other teams tried. Kenny and the Bucks tried. The JAS tried, but they all failed. House of Black retained their trios championships, and then you thought that was the end of the show. Next thing you know, the BCC come running out there. They still beating the brakes off of the Dark Order. They all everybody like, what the heck is going on? It's like just all this chaos going on, right? So it eventually ends with Hangman in the ring with the BCC, surrounded by the BCC. And then next thing you know, the Elite jump behind them and the crowd goes crazy. And that's how Dynamite goes off the air. Tony Khan, this is all we ask. Get us freaking invested. Start with a story, end on a cliffhanger. I don't need no freaking 50 million matches, garbage build, the stupid stuff. No. Storytelling is the way to go. I thought today, I keep saying today, I thought last night's episode was fantastic from top to bottom. Hour 1 flew by, hour 2 flew by. I like I said, if it's anything that if I had to nitpick, if I had to nitpick, again, investment. Keep people invested. Keep us invested. Make people care about Rampage. Make people care about Dynamite. That's it. It ain't even that hard, man. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, that is my honest take about Dynamite. I thought it was a great show. Got me ready for a Double or Nothing. Hit the comment section up. Hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. And I'll talk to y'all guys later. Holla at your boy.